Alright guys, this ugly looking beat down lock, this is the last of the challenge locks from DarkwoodPicks. He calls this one screw. You can see a cross thread or a Phillips there and then a standard, and I think that's a pretty good clue of what we might find inside here. Here's what the bitting looks like. So got really good bitting, I gotta say. Works beautifully like all of his locks. And I'm going to use the custom pick that he made for me. This, again, is the 25,000th. It is a quick set, so wide open, and I'll be able to fit him right down the side there. So I'm going to use top of the keyway. Let's go ahead and move this stuff over here. Like so. Let me clamp that down good. Zoom in. And find a tensioner. We're going to use the same tensioner we used on his other challenge lock. Look at that. So we definitely know we got some undersized pins in there. Make sure it does work while it's clamped up. It does. And let's see what we got here. Okay, again, they're all the same tension on the spring, so I don't think we're going to find any trickery on the different tensioning of the pins. Probably got to do with the screws. All right, so all the way in, very light tension. Find a binder. If you use too much tension, you'll find if they are screws or serrated pins that they will all bind. So I'm just barely holding that tensioner in there. When I find one that binds, I'm just giving it a click. And then I'm moving to the next pin. Call that dancing on the pins. Okay, there we go. There's number 2. One click. I was actually getting a little counter rotation. There's 2. I'm sorry. A little counter rotation on it. So as long as I'm getting counter rotation, I'm going to keep picking him. That was it. So we got 3 clicks on 2. Okay, that was 4. That was 2 again. Okay, 3 is binding. Let's see what else we got here. All right, I'm going to go with 3. Oh, that was 4. And we got quite a deep fault set out of that. It almost dropped the tension wrench. I did not get any feedback off of him. I was actually trying for 3, so luck does play a part. Okay, there's one binding in the back, and I'm getting a little bit of feedback on the tensioner. That was 5. I'm still getting a little counter rotation on 5. Come on. We're going to start dropping stuff here in a second. But I'm still getting the counter rotation. See that? Come on. There we go. We have lost the fault set. Okay, again, I'm on 3. I'm getting a little counter rotation, a little feedback. I got a click, but no fault set. Okay, that was 4. Okay, I'm back on 2. Got a click. This is pin 1. Come on. Got one minor click out of him. Okay, that was 2. 3 is back down on the bottom. Nice crunching noises there. 5. Starting to think my tensioning is a little bit too light. I'm letting a lot of stuff fall. Counter rotation on 2. Very deep now. So 2 serrated and then a spool probably up near the top. Okay, that was 3. 4. We dropped almost everything when I got by that spool on 2. 4 again. That was 4. Looking for counter. There we go. 2 is kind of a little counter rotation there. And there we go. What a nasty lock. Okay, it's got to be full of screws. It's the only thing I can figure. Let's find out. I do have a key for it, so we can lock it back up. No problem. Let me zoom out. 6 minutes for a 5-pin quick set. Yeah. All right, lock it back up. Let's see what we got here. DarkwoodPicks, by the way, just graduated high school, and he's moved on to a summer job. I think he told me in a lockpick shop. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly or not, but all right, I guess there's no, there it is. There's a spring. It fell out already. All right, let's put that key in there. Stop flapping our lips. Get this baby open. All right, I'm not seeing any screws here, guys. This looks all standard so far, but not now. Whoops. Okay, he came out of pin 1, so he was a little serrated guy. There were 2 pins inside of that. Huh. There were 2 pins and a ball bearing inside of that one. Who knows what's going to fall out of this thing? All right, we got 2 threaded chambers. Chamber 2 and chamber 4 are both threaded. That was really odd. I would be willing to bet that this one fell out of chamber 1. So that one fell out, and that's the one I picked up. A little serrated guy. There must have been one right above him. The reason I say that is because on this, we have a very deep cut here, so it almost had to come out of here. Either way, we found him. He didn't get lost. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, there's a nice threaded reduced diameter pin. Serrations, no screw. I'm just going to leave that spring in place. Chamber 2 is a screw. It's a brass flathead screw. All right, number 3. Come here, you. It's actually two pins. One steel one, it looks like. Oh, I think these are interlocking pins. Let me set them down. I need another hand here. We'll look at him in a moment. You can see him coming apart though. All right, number 4. Let's get him from the. Let's dump these springs out. All the same, and we'll go from the other side, so we can see just a little bit better. Chamber 5. It is a homemade spool. And number 4, another screw. I don't see a Phillips in there. Both these are flathead. Both these are slots. That's false advertising, man. All right, so get these guys out. All the same. All the springs are the same. All right, there's what we're looking at. Very cool. Let's look a little bit closer at that guy. I'm just going to zoom in, and that way I don't have to hold it up. It'll give me another hand to play with here. This one comes apart. So he is interlocking. So that's what he looks like. So we were looking at a long, actually a segmented pin here, one serrated and one not. And then this is double serrations on top, reduced diameter, and then a brass screw, standard key pin. On the bottom we had a key pin, and then above him was the ball bearing. And I got to say, usually ball bearings make your life a little bit easier because it's a very wide shear line. So I think in that respect it helped us, but an interlocking pin probably did not help us. That offset the advantage of the ball bearing. Standard key pin, another brass screw, standard key pin, and then this reduced diameter. And actually there's 2 spools on here and a serration, so very cool looking. A lot of work went into putting this together. All the springs were identical. There's what we're looking at. And in the core, we had 2 threaded chambers. So the threads were on chamber 2, which is where we put the screw, and of course chamber 4, where he put the other screw. So yeah, that was supposed to screw me. Great job there, Spence. Appreciate it. Anyway, congratulations graduating high school. And I would guess that with quality work like this, you got a bright future as a locksmith. Thanks for all the work you put into this. Thanks for all the challenge locks. And of course, all the custom picks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time. Stay safe. Stay legal.